cannot start your self-love journey until you reach a level of self-awareness, authenticity, transparency, and then that's when you can be able to reach self-love. I see so many people on the internet that says, "Oh, I'm on a self-love journey," or "I love myself." And whatever that means to you or whatever your perspective on it, please make sure drop it in the comments. But what I tend to realize a lot of times is it being a facade or a way of an affirmation, in a way, to be able to psych yourself into believing that you love yourself, because love is also an action. It's not just a word, it's not just a feeling. You can feel highly about yourself and still not love yourself, because if you're still making poor decisions and poor choices and not doing right by yourself, then that's not loving yourself. If you love your child or you love your puppy or whatever it is, you're not going to want to see that puppy stressed. You're not going to want to see that child going through hardships. You're going to do everything that you can to protect that that person or thing that you love, right? And nurture it and care for it and give it the best that you can possibly give. And a lot of times we don't do that for ourselves, but we say we love ourselves. We on a self-love journey. And with that being said, I've realized throughout many experiences and journeys that I've been on, because it looks different for everybody, you I believe you can't really love yourself until you're real with yourself, until you really know who you are, until you not forget where you came from, but also continue to evolve and be self-aware, know your strengths, know your weaknesses. There's gonna be times that we make mistakes, we slip up. We're not perfect, we're human. That's a given. However, to say that you love yourself and you're on a self-love journey just because you're doing self-care things. Let me pull out a face scrub or a face mask. I love myself. Self-love. Oh, let me write in my diary, Diyah's diary, and reflect. Self-love. That's what we think self-love is. But let me tell you something. That's self-care. And there's a difference between self-care and self-love. You can do all the things and to take care of yourself and do self-care. That is a reflection and a part of loving thyself. But that's not actually self-love. Self-love is when you can be able to accept all of who you are. You can embrace all aspects of who you are. People can't conform you into a mode of who they want you to be. People can't control you on how they want you to be. People can't manipulate or sway you into doing anything that you don't want to do. You're not going to be easily influenced when you love yourself. You can go home all day and do all your skincare, your journaling, your reading your Bibles, and all of those things that you do. And then you turn around and you walk outside and there's a group of people over there doing crack. And you go ahead and join them. Then you go back home and say, "Oh, let me soak in this bath. I'm on a self-love journey." Even though you just put crack in your system last week. You authentic, and when you're real, when the things that you've done that you're not too proud of, you can speak on that, or you can reflect on it without allowing it to diminish who you are, without it lowering your value because of what the world says. Society says single moms are less valued than the young girls out here with no children. If you allow the world to manipulate your mind into believing that, you don't love yourself yet, because you don't know yourself, and you can't love something you don't know. And I've learned so many instances that until I'm real and comfortable with myself and all that I've been through and all that I know, and I'm not going to be able to reach a point of self love if I don't accept who I am and where I am. And no matter what my circumstances look like, no matter if my circumstances was to change, my values still remain the same or elevate. But when life happens, say your car breaks down or you lose your job or circumstances completely change around you. You can't allow the external vision and your circumstances to define your value and who you are. Because the moment that you do that, shows you don't know who you are, and the moment you don't know who you are reflects that you don't love yourself, and then you go through a cycle of battling depression or anxiety or this or that. You're blaming it on the diagnosis, you're blaming it on the man or the woman that you let come in your life and they done ruined your life, you blamed it on the government, and that's where all that comes from. You don't know yourself, because no matter how your circumstances change, you got to know who you are. You got to know the value that you bring. No matter if you at your lowest point. When you at your lowest point and you still know your value, it's going to show, because nobody going to know what you're going through. Everybody going to think you normal and you're happy and life is happening for you and you're doing all these great things behind closed doors. You like, shoot, y'all think I'm doing something now at my lowest? Wait till I reach my highest potential. You got to know your value, baby. No matter if your circumstances change, what it looks like or not, walk with your head held high, walk with that smile. And it's not about really masking, it's just about being authentic. So that way, even if I do share with you what I'm going through, even if my circumstance do change, you want to know the difference. Because I know who I am, and I know the value I bring, and I'm still able to walk in doors and rooms that I belong in, with or without that job, with or without that man. It's not what's on you, but it's what's in you. And that's what a lot of us fail to realize. We getting misconstrued, and we letting this media stuff play with our heads, thinking it's about what's on us. If I wear designer, that adds my value. No, baby. You already got the value. Oh, if I hang around these people, I'm going to be a star. No, baby. You already are. There may be people or things that can place you in position to help you get to where you're trying to go. But at the end of the day, you got to already know you're there. You have to already have that unwavering faith. You have to already believe before you can make it and manifest it into your reality. They not manifesting, they faking it. And the thing about the faking it trend, faking it till you make it type of ordeal, is that you'll get there fast, but just as fast as you got it all is gonna be just as fast as you lose it all, because it's not a solid foundation. Love yourself by knowing who you are, and the only way you can know who you are is by being real with yourself. And the only way you can be real with yourself is being authentic. If you reach a point of self-awareness, you could be more strategic and more intentional about the choices you make and about how you want to live your life. Because now you can love yourself regardless of what type of clothes you got on. You can love yourself regardless of where you live. Your story don't have to end the same way it began. At this point, I feel like people no longer accept being human. They want to be AI. They want to be so perfect. They want to share their perfect life, have a perfect story, have the perfect circumstance, the perfect job, the perfect partner, the perfect family. Even the AI not perfect. Make yourself an AI and you got fingers and thumbs missing. You in the AI picture looking deformed. Even the AI not perfect. Think about being self-aware too. Sometimes like you will slip up and you will realize like, hold on, I'm being fake. I have an imposter syndrome. This ain't me. I don't have to be this polished to get a point across, to be professional, to be a business owner, to be a great mother, to get to a point of authenticity and not caring what the world say about you anymore is when you start to have a different type of energy about you, where you're like, I'm about to go after everything I came in this life to be. I'm about to go after everything I want to have. Self-awareness is going to be very, very big for 2025. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited that we are going to come back to a space of being more authentic, more genuine, more connected than we were before. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and let me know what you think. Till next time.